Hi, Rowie family and YouTubers. My name is Kevin. I want to help you out with something here. A lot of people want to know, how do you heal faster after a toxic relationship? It's a common question that I receive, and I'm sure you're wondering the same thing. How long does the pain last? How can you speed up the process of healing? And on and on and on. And I have often wrestled with the same things myself. So I'm going to give you a few tips to get from that place of where you're hurting and wanting to know how long it takes to a place of actually healing. So here's a few tips for you. Tip number one, the best tip of all of them that I can give you right off the bat, right out of the gate, is give yourself permission to take as long as you need to heal. It's going to take a while for your body and your mind and your spirit to process all of this that's taking place in your life. Do not try to rush the process of healing after a toxic relationship. We live in a very impatient culture, and this culture promotes moving on quickly, moving on fast. Don't stew in your own thoughts too long. Don't obsess for too long, and don't think about it for too long. And you're going to get bad information from friends and from family saying, you're really dragging this on too long. Give yourself that time. You deserve it. You deserve all the time it takes for you to heal. Don't be in a hurry. Keep in mind that what you're experiencing is a life transformation. It's not just getting over a toxic relationship, you're transforming. Your whole view of the world is changing. You're changing as a person, like a butterfly breaking out of a cocoon. It's a wrestle. So if it takes you a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, some of you may wonder if you will ever completely heal, and to that, I say there's pieces of you and parts of you that will never completely heal. Be okay with that. Give yourself permission to accept these new changes. Now, second tip, piggybacking off of that one. The second tip is be angry. I know that's what a lot of you here you're not supposed to do. I'm here to tell you right now, be angry, right? The Bible says to be angry, but to sin not in your anger. A lot of us have wrestled with this. Is it okay for us to be angry? Yes. You know what? We talk about how sad we are, how hurt we are, and we want to know why, right? We stay stuck in this place of wanting to know why a toxic person or a narcissistically abusive person hurt us the way that they did. Why did they do that to us? Why did they hurt us? Why don't they listen to us? Why can't we change their mind? Why can't we be good enough? Why? And I've asked all these whys myself. You know what we're doing when we're asking all these whys? What we're really doing is we are cowardly running away from just saying, I am angry. Listen, be very intentional with your anger. It's okay to be angry at a certain person and a certain situation. It's okay to be angry with your toxic mother, your toxic in-law, with your toxic brother, with your toxic spouse. Be intentional with that anger. Be able to say, I am angry because of this person. I am angry at the way they treat people. I am angry with the way they've treated me. Be intentional with your anger. So when we start to admit that we are angry and we start to be okay with being angry, we take it away from trying to change them and wondering why. Because a part of wondering why, we carry a lot of that burden. Well, maybe if I'm better. Well, maybe if I do things a little differently, maybe they'll change. No. Let's wipe all that away. Let's stop asking why and instead start to admit and say and be okay with saying, I am angry because of this toxic person. I'm angry because of them. And allow it to go away on its own. And it will. But first you have to openly confess, I'm angry with this person. Nothing wrong with that. Some of you are saying, Kevin, I don't think this stuff is going to make me heal faster. It will. I promise you, it will. Tip number 3 is to understand that it's not your fault. And this is why it's okay to be angry. It's not your fault. You did nothing wrong. Nothing you can do will stop them from being them. Nothing that you did caused the narcissist or the toxic person to do what they do. The toxic person who affected you was toxic before you, and they'll be toxic long after you. Somebody explained it to me great when they said, some people just live their life with their back up against a wall, and it could be perfectly sunny outside, and you could be out in the sun saying, look at how glorious and beautiful the sun is, and they're going to look at you and say, all I see are shadows. So stop talking about you. And that's narcissists. That's toxic people. They live in that. They lived in that before you. They're going to live in that after, right? Doesn't matter what they do on social media, or if they do come out, it's just pretend, right? It's not your fault. Nothing you did caused their anger. They're angry in life. They are a result of not admitting and being open and honest about what they're really angry about, and so they become angry with the world. This is why step number 2 is important for you. Learn how to be angry with that person in that situation and be okay with being angry. Okay? Back to number 3, right? It's not your fault. It's their burden. It's their life. All right? When you understand that, you can start to detach. Last but not least, understand that, and a lot of you, this is a difficult one, but a lot of you are saying, I thought they loved me. Understand that they were playing a role when they met you. They were playing a role in their own life. They were playing a role in your life. They were living an exchange, transaction-based relationship where if they act good and kind, then they'll receive your good qualities in return. But after a while, they cannot hold up that fakeness anymore. It crumbles down. They were playing a role. And what you're seeing when you see narcissistic rage and when you see the toxic relationship crumble, what you're seeing is the crumbling of the role that they were playing. They can no longer have the strength to be acting anymore. They're like actors, and to them it's like constantly being in a movie, and eventually their character breaks. I can't do this anymore. I can't pretend to love you for what you're giving me anymore. I just wanted something from you, and now I got it, and I'm done. And I'm tired of being nice, and I'm tired of being good to you. They break their role, they break their character. And what you're seeing and what you're witnessing is the true anger, the true demons that they wrestle with. And it's not your fault again, but this is what you're dealing with. It's the role. They were playing a role to get into your life. Understand. This is the most difficult thing for you and I to accept, is that there never was any love. There never was any genuine care or concern. That they played the role so well that we believed it and we bought it and we accepted it and we allowed it to transform our emotions into loving them in return. And that's something to be angry about and to speak out that anger. I'm angry that they lied to me. I'm angry that they played a role in my life. If you would like some one-on-one help and some coaching through this process, visit www.jointheroyalwe.com. I also have a few channels that I want you to check out. The first channel is the live Royal We channel. You can find the link down below. Every Monday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time, I go live to answer your questions and to take your phone calls for free. So be sure to jump on that. You can find the link down below. Also, Saturday mornings, we have Royal We Fellowship. It's a time where we open up the Bible and we look and see what the Word of God says from a perspective of healing from narcissistic abuse and toxic relationships.